Hey photographers, have you ever found yourself not knowing where your next lead is going to come from, having great up seasons, terrible low seasons, and just going wherever the wind blows throughout the season? Well, in this video, I'm going to cover the step-by-step process that I've used to solve the lead generation problem in my business. After speaking with hundreds of photographers over the years, I've realized that whether you're in North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, the problem tends to be the same. It tends to be stemming from four main reasons why photography businesses fail. One, nobody knows who you are, and you're probably referring, leaning into word of mouth marketing. You are not generating enough leads because you don't have tools in place to do that. Most of the people that come to work with you aren't qualified. And the fourth problem, which is just nobody knows who you are because you're hiding behind the camera and not creating enough content. Today, I'm going to show you the step-by-step process so that you can position yourself as an expert, generate more leads, and add more predictability with a wonderful tool that we call lead magnets. The title for this video is going to be Generating Leads for Your Photography Business is Hard Until You See This. So, as I mentioned before, guys, there's four problems that all photography business have faced, are currently facing, and will face until the end of time. One of the core problems that I see many times, and it used to happen to me as well, is nobody knows who you are. And that is because as photographers, we enjoy shooting more than we do showing ourselves. Two, we're not generating enough leads. All of our clients are coming from referrals or word of mouth. And the fact of just being in business is 99% of leads can't afford to work with you, or they are simply not a good fit. Let's break these down. So no one knows who you are. This comes as a result of you not creating content. You may feel like it's hard. You don't know where to start or what to speak about. Or you may have the false belief saying your work will speak for itself like many other artist types do. This is just not good enough when you're in business, because as the world becomes more increasingly competitive for eyeballs and attention, if there are going to be more photographers that are average compared to you or your standard of work, but they're getting business simply because they're choosing to put themselves out there. This is just a fact. Now, all of your clients come from referrals. This is a problem because you don't have any stability in your business. And I hear many photographers say very often that they prefer to do word of mouth marketing. When I hear this, I automatically think to myself, they just may not know how to generate leads in any other way, which is okay, which is why we're here, right? Now, I love referrals myself because referrals are typically evidence of the good work that you've done, right? Because nobody would mention you to anybody else if your work wasn't good. But relying on this as a method to grow your business is a fatal mistake that I've made myself, that I see many photographers continue to make, because it puts your livelihood in the good graces of somebody spreading the word. Now, I want to address the 99% of leads can't afford to work with you, or they are not a good fit. This is just a fact of the marketplace. If you've been in business for quite some time, like myself, I've been in the photography business for a decade. People don't purchase a photo shoot right away. They're either early in their buying decision, and I know the English police is going to get me for the bussing right there, but right, they're early in their buying decision. They have to consult with somebody else if they are on a corporate team, because you may be speaking to the marketing project manager who's not finalizing the budget, or you may be speaking to the program manager who's reporting to the executive director or CEO, or husband and wife, or the person you're speaking to just may not be aware of what it takes to produce a good photo shoot. And if there's anything that my years of experience has taught me, is that the more educated of a customer that you have, the easier it is for them to make a buying decision. Now, The last point is you don't generate enough leads. And generating leads, in my belief, it's one of the most controllable things that we can do. We can't wave a magic wand and have all the leads that we generate ready to buy, but we can fix no one knowing who we are by creating more content. And as a result, we can generate more leads by fixing the lead generation problem. And by now, you may be wondering how we're going to do that by creating lead magnets. So let's jump right into it. What is a lead magnet? Now, one of the scenarios that photographers find themselves in very, very often is they scream on social platforms, book me, right? Hey, I need somebody to book this $100 shoot, this $300 shoot, or I'm having a flash sale or end of summer sale or a mini shoot session, right? In order to generate leads, you will need lead magnets. So what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a tool that generates leads by offering a long form resource in exchange for a prospect's contact information. Lead magnets can take the form of masterclasses, ebooks, white papers, templates, guides, checklists, videos, and other similar downloadable assets, right? So any of these things can become lead magnets. So you may have a guide. When I was doing maternity shoots, we had a very popular guide called the Ultimate Maternity Photo Shoot Planning Guide that will help you to plan your maternity photo shoot outfits in less than an hour. We had links to outfits on Amazon that they could purchase, bracelets, headwear, jewelry, anklets, earrings, and everything else. And it was a tool that we had sent to moms that couldn't necessarily afford the styling service that we provided, but they still wanted to look great for their big day. That's one example of that. And I'll get to some examples later, right? So you need to use a lead magnet because it makes it 10 times more likely, arguably 100 times more likely that somebody will give you their contact information. The truth is, if someone doesn't know you, they don't trust you, and they don't like you, why would they give you their email address? It makes no sense, and you wouldn't even do it yourself. The other thing that is going to come up as we dive into this is you're going to need many lead magnets, and I'm going to show you why, not just one or two. The reason for this is everybody will not have the same set of problems. And there's some people that are going to say, well, Jordi, I'm just going to make one lead magnet. I don't want to do this. I just want to shoot. And the fact of the matter is your business will stay in the same place as it is this year, as it was last year. So somebody's going to say to me, hey, Jordi, can I just create great photos and my work will speak for itself? And I made this graphic here, to illustrate your friends over here just waiting for a client, they're waiting on the track. Somebody saying their work will speak for itself, but you're over here with your multiple lead magnets and you're just attracting clients left, right, up and down, and you're actually running a business. What this does is this overall marketing system, lead generation system, it produces a gap between you and others who provide the same service. So while your competition is waiting for clients, you're pulling people your way that are actually interested in doing business with you. So whether or not you realize it, your photography services are going to solve one problem for your clients. They're often going to create new challenges, and some of them that I've experienced are like strategic planning, understanding visual branding, content management, or content distribution. And people, when somebody reaches out to you, they know that they need your photography services and they like your work, which is why they're reaching out in the first place, but they just aren't sold on you yet. So clients have an idea of the service that they need and are interested in exploring it, but they may not be considering to hire you specifically or they may not even know that you exist yet. So one of the mind frames that I've adopted that have say really, really helped me is to not really think of photography as my service. I've trained myself to think of it as the service that I provide, which when you do it that way, you can grow past being a photographer and you could transform into a production company or a marketing agency or branding agency. You think beyond just the level of, oh, I'm a photographer, or this is my service. This is what I do. It's a service that you provide. That's been a very, very helpful mind shift that I've had. Now, each lead magnet that you create should solve one problem completely. So in addition to generating leads by getting people to give you their contact information in exchange for your free value, lead magnets serve another extremely important purpose: to nurture leads. So they move cold leads, so people who don't know who you are, deeper into your funnel. And each lead magnet should push cold leads to becoming warm leads. And from warm leads, when you get them on a consultation or sales call, you get them to become a client. So your clients don't just want to do the photo shoot themselves, or they don't want to go with the cheapest option. My belief is they just want to be sure you know how to do it. So let's generate an example here. If someone owns a coaching company and they're having trouble getting clients to take them seriously, they may come to the conclusion that a YouTube channel would be a great way to demonstrate their expertise and get clients. Now, let's just say that your service is branding. You help people grow their personal brands to create and edit YouTube videos, still photos, and help people get more views, more watch time, and greater retention. You provide exactly what they need. They're doing some research. They may even try to do it themselves. And now their original problem was getting clients. And now they started a YouTube and an Instagram channel to address that problem, which creates a whole host of other problems. So here are the list of new problems that they're going to have. They're going to need to define their target audience. They are going to need to clarify and write and articulate their brand identity, values, and mission. They need to develop a video concept that aligns with their brand. They need to develop a visual mood board. They need to select outfits, props, and accessories that match their concept. They need to pick a location, scout a location, create a shot list, schedule a content shoot, how to set up studio lights and equipment. They need to plan how to use their new images across their branding materials. They need to identify their brand touch points. They need to develop a strategy for using photos consistently across all the different brand touch points. They need to update their website, social media, and marketing materials. They need to then plan for ongoing content creation to keep their brands fresh and relevant. In just 2 minutes, these are 14 very real problems that would be associated with starting and creating and maintaining a personal brand. Now, a person would need to consider all of these things if they want to be successful, or if they want to succeed in growing their personal brand. And this is where you come in as the expert. You want to make a lead magnet that solves all of these problems. And this visual that I have on screen here are all of the problems that I just listed from 1 all the way to 14 that your clients are going to be experiencing. So you may be wanting to say, hey, I can help you plan your photo shoot. And when you solve all these problems, your client is like, I think I found the right person for the job. Whereas imagine if you made one lead magnet and then you stopped. So in this example, there are 14 problems created by needing to create content for your personal brand. If you only made one lead magnet, for example, you decided that you're going to help your client create a visual mood board, they're going to be wondering, well, who can help them plan the photo shoot? And that is because they're still going to have all these problems in their mind. They're going to wonder who can help them figure out their target audience, who could create a shot list, who could help them with their outfits, who could help them figure out their brand identity, how to scout the location and give them a report or even pick a location. They're going to be wondering all of these things. And they're not going to tell you. Your clients just won't tell you this. They will either say, hey, I need to think about it. I need to speak to my spouse, or just give me some time to make a decision. And you're going to lose clients if you don't solve all the problems. So you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're just solving one problem, because the truth of the matter is, this is a lot of work, and you're the expert. So you understand how to set up lights, how to come up with a concept, how to create a mood board. But your client, who is running a business, managing their family, working their 9 to 5, this is not something that they've committed their time to understanding how to do. So you over here, you only solved one of these problems. Your competition comes over, solves way more problems. Your client handshakes with them, and you just lose the game. And I don't want that to be you. So as I said before, every lead magnet pushes your client down the funnel. Every download pushes them down. So cold leads. Cold leads are people that you generate from ads, who've never heard about you, don't know who you are, and they would rather walk in the cold naked than do a photo shoot with you. That's just a fact, and it's nothing that you can do anything about it. So the purpose of lead magnets is to attract cold leads, people who have a particular problem, and then they become warm leads, which will eventually become qualified leads, and qualified leads will book calls, and then those calls will convert into clients. So this works a part of a system. Now, I'm not going to explain this because this is from one of my trainings, but there are 4 main ways that you can generate leads: paid ads, organic content, outreach, and partnerships. So paid ads are like your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, or YouTube ads. Your organic content is going to go on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and a podcast. Outreach, you may, for example, one of the outreach methods that I love to do, and I've done it and I still do it, is I will purchase a ticket, or I will reach out to an event organizer or a group, and I will offer my services for free in exchange for testimonial video. I definitely did a lot of that in my earlier days. And then partnerships, so like modeling agencies, business partners in your niche, etc. That could give you referrals, right? Like those are ways that you can generate leads. So I will erase this because I know somebody's gonna really beat me up for that. So let me just get rid of that. So now what you'll see here, right? Like what's going on here? If you look on the diagram, you'll see that from organic content, somebody is going to download your lead magnet. And then you'll notice these arrows going from left to right. Your lead magnets are promoting your other lead magnets. For those of you who have been or have not heard about some of my workshops and stuff, I host a program called the $1 Million Photographer, and we have a live workshop every single Wednesday at, now it's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. So we have a live workshops, and some of my lead magnets promote that live workshop. When they download it, they're going to get on my newsletter, and then they're going to get emails from me about these same tips. We have a broadcast channel on Instagram for free where people come in and consume information, and we have a private community. We have a team of appointment setters that help us to set appointments. And then we have a webinar or like a video sales letter, which is like an automated video that helps you to help people to understand like a training or concept that I'm doing, right? So the goal here is to get your target audience to download and consume each and every one of your lead magnets, or as much as possible. And the reason is the more they download your lead magnets, the more invested they get. So let's keep it going. Now, just a recap of what a lead magnet is and how it works. So lead magnets, I sometimes call it client attraction offers. They serve several key purposes. They capture leads, they nurture leads, they monetize unqualified or low quality leads, so that 99% of people who aren't ready to work with you. You can use them to promote your sales mechanisms, which are these, right? So these help you to convert your customers into your leads into customers or clients. And then it allows them to book a call. And then from within your lead magnet, you can sell digital products, promote affiliate links to other items, just like in that maternity photo shoot guide. Like, we weren't selling software as a service in it, but we had all the outfits that we recommended to moms were affiliate links that were on our Amazon store. So every time somebody made a purchase, we made a commission. So everybody wins in that case. So now let's talk about how to plan your lead magnets. So first things first is you want to make a list of every step that your client has to go through to book your service. Just like in the branding agency example from earlier, the steps were they need to define their target audience, they need to write and clarify their brand identity, values, and mission, they need to develop a video concept that aligns with their brand, they need to develop a visual mood board, so on and so forth. This is going to apply to any photography niche. If you're doing maternity photography, wedding photography, if you're doing landscape or pet photography, the process is all going to be the same. Now, for this example, since we're in the realm of photography, these problems are more or less going to be the same, with the exception is if you're in a specialty niche like pet photography, right? Like, why would somebody want pet photography? Well, pet photographers, you could tell me. Let me know in the comments, because I don't know. But in my case, as a branding photography expert, self-acclaimed or what have you, my clients typically want to know how these images are going to fit into the context of their marketing campaigns. So you want to make a list of all the steps that your client has to go through, because these steps, they can also become obstacles. I've had a real estate client one time that he wanted to do a photo shoot after just recently getting his license. And he said to me, Jordi, one of the main reasons that I decided to book with you is because you told me that you were going to tell me how to pose and you helped me pick my outfits. I was like, wow, who knew that those two things would be the thing that helps him to go there, right? So they're more naturally, they're going to be way more steps than these 14, but this is a good basis to start when you're planning your lead magnet. So now, what this is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to answer questions and objections at scale. So you making these lead magnets, they preemptively help you to, and this has been happening a lot in our business, where you'll have a photographer that says like, hey, I'm just struggling. I only got 3 clients last month. And then, after I speak to them for a little bit, we come to find out that they just don't have any lead magnets in place. Now, what I used to try to do is say, well, hey, you want to get on a consultation? But what I'm doing now, which has been working more effectively, is I'll just have a lead magnet to teach you how to generate more leads. And then now that creates the bond. Or if I'm working with a client, I had a jewelry client in the photography, where I'm snapping pictures, they wanted to plan a campaign for the e-commerce brand. And one of the obstacles she literally shared on the call was that she didn't know how to create mood boards. She literally stated that on the call. So all of these now can become lead magnets. Now, my opinion is to make at least 10, because you want to overcome as many obstacles as possible. And I know somebody's going to be asking me, Jordi, well, do you do this yourself? Yep, I do. I have these lead magnets here for branding leads. I have case studies in here, trainings for photographers that I have working on this list every day. So I have these as well for myself. So I'm not telling you guys to do anything that I don't do, for those of you who are going to be wondering that. So again, to reiterate, not everybody will be struggling with the same things. So some clients may not find how to create a mood board relevant. They may be more concerned about how to select their outfits. And this is why you want to create as many lead magnets as possible. Now, the question is going to come in, where does quantity and quality lie in the spectrum? The truth is, it is quality and quantity. You have to make many lead magnets and they must all be good. And to be frank, it is going to take a lot of time. They will take a lot of improvement. They will take a lot of effort, hours worked, and you may be wondering, why the hell are you spending so much time to make this thing to give it out for free? The truth is, what I've experienced is there is so much information that exists out there where if you don't do something to position yourself as an expert in the niche of photography that you choose to specialize in, there's just many people that can do the same service, and each of you becomes faceless in the event where a client doesn't feel like doing the extra due diligence. So by you making these lead magnets, you put yourself into a category of one. Now, if it's bad, even though it's free, your clients are going to hate you. And even though they're not paying with dollars, people are paying with their attention. And one of the things I've heard Gary Vee say all the time is like he would thank people for their attention. And I could never really understand why. But if somebody took the time to download, open and read, they gave you their email address and maybe their name and phone number. If you disappoint them and the lead, like if this video that I'm making for you doesn't make any sense, you're going to get through this video and say, damn, Jordi's a douchebag. Like, he wasted my time. I clicked on this video, I didn't get any value, and I'm here still trying to figure out how to make a lead magnet for my business. So I see it all the time, and there's no effort, no care, and it's very insulting to the person that downloads your lead magnet. So if you're going to create them, you have to remember that you put yourself in their shoes. If you were the person that was downloading a lead magnet that didn't help you to solve the problem, then how would you feel being on that side of the equation? Now, the goal is to make your lead magnets too good to fail, right? Simply, yes, the grammar may be incorrect. The promotion is definitely going to matter, but the problem that you're solving, it has to be so good that your client looks at it and they're like, damn, I can't believe that this is free. That's what they have to believe, because if your free stuff is so good, they're gonna be blown away when they see your paid stuff. That's the association that people naturally start to create over time. So there's a test called the $50 test that I've liked, and I've adapted this from one of my coaches. And it is simply this. For this free lead magnet, this free value, this training tutorial checklist or the like, would you pay $50 for it? And it's binary. It's yes or no. All right. It's you would either pay $50 for it or you wouldn't. And hopefully you could ask your friends, hopefully you could ask your relatives, and hopefully you could ask somebody that is going to be honest with you, and you'll kind of never go wrong. So it's very binary. If you would not pay $50 for your lead magnet, you need to work on it until it's good. That's just a fact. On the other hand, if it is certainly good, then you send it out. If it's $49, bring it back. Put it back in the lab, rework it, and make it better. Now, let's talk about creating your lead magnets. So, I am a big fan of long format document style like trainings like this. I'll show you an example. I have one here that is currently in the lab on how to create consistent high quality content for your brand without breaking a sweat. So far, I am up to about 42 slides, but it's 42 really easy to read slides. As you can see, we're adding more links. It's very visual and text heavy, right? Like the text is very to the point, right? I'm not doing anything that is complicated or convoluted. But in my experience, this style has been working really well so far. That's why I'm sharing it. And video content can significantly enhance your lead magnet, but it shouldn't serve as the entire lead magnet. So please don't link your lead magnets out to YouTube, right? If you're going to have a video that's hosted on YouTube and it's going to be hosted on a web page, upload it to your content manager and embed the video. I would recommend it against that because it feels like a slap in the face when somebody downloads a video, meaning they give you their name, number, email, and then you send them out to a public platform. It's like, huh? Right? So I would strongly advise against that. So let's also look at this. Let's go down here. Now, your priority for creating your lead magnet is that you want to fully address the problems that they have. So remember in our earlier example, person wanted to attract more clients to their business and build their expertise, but then came a whole host of other problems, the lighting, the video concept, the mood board, etc. Now, here's something, right? How do you ensure that your lead magnets get consumed, right? We're still in the format of it. One idea per slide. As you can see, for the most part, we've been going through pretty much like one idea and a little bit of text. It's not like a wall of text, right? So if it's difficult to consume, it won't be effective. And this should be a top priority, not only for lead magnets, but like sales letters, emails, ad, and other content. When I'm sure you guys can relate to this. When you see a paragraph wall of text, your brain does something where it says, all right, I don't think we're going to read this today. Right? It's just like, nah, so it's a little bit too much. So simplicity is going to be very key here. Here's the rule I follow. One idea per slide, one graphic per slide, or one picture. And as you can see, where I do have pictures, it's one. And then for the most part, because I'm doing this presentation for YouTube, for you guys here, I have very simple, right? I'm sticking to some basics here. Now, your lead magnet should also include links to your key conversion mechanisms. So in the context of the $1 Million Photographer system, the points of conversion that we do for our clients. So we have a live workshop that we do every Wednesday. We have a webinar, we have case studies. I show you some of those case studies. I have landing pages in the back end. Your newsletter and your appointment setter. So your newsletter, you don't necessarily need a link to it because once somebody hands you their email address, they're on your list. Your appointment setter isn't really a link here in this case, but I added it here because those are two mechanisms or tools or systems that help you to convert more leads over time. So you want to ensure that the links are prominently placed. For example, I will go back up here. If you look here, Jordi's social media profiles, I have a blurb about myself, I have a picture about myself. Then here you can go to my Instagram, and then I have a link here to my best YouTube videos. So you want to ensure that your links are prominently placed with enough context to engage, but very brief, right? That way you don't want to overspam or oversell or undersell, but you just want to make it just right. All right. And now, so let's talk about digital products. If you are a photographer and you do not have a digital product, this is something that you can easily change. So I did some math here just so that we can have a point of conversation. And in writing this, you make errors sometimes, but that is okay. So you should promote other products and services within your lead magnet. So let's say you had an email list with 100,000 subscribers. The potential for additional revenue can be significant. For example, if 1% of your 100,000 subscribers is 10,000, that's 1,000. And you have a product that is $97 per month. Again, let me just fix, right? It is $97, not 97 per month. I was probably thinking about the VIP community. So it's $97. So that would be 100,000, and then 1% converts. You're left with 1,000 people, and then 97 into 1,000, you get $97,000 in additional income, and this is just profit, right? This is just something that you didn't have to fulfill. This is something that could significantly boost your photography business. So now you're not worrying about all the people that may not be able to buy or that may not want to buy. You have an extra $97,000 in income that you didn't have to snap a picture to get. You can promote upcoming sales. A lead magnet is a great platform to nurture people long term. And if you've been in the photography business for any length of time, you'll know that most people aren't ready to shoot right away and they need time. And in the meantime, while they wait, you can promote upcoming sales in the midst of your valuable in content. So leads can get access to bonuses that only people who have access to your lead magnet or are on your email newsletter will know about. And it gives it a sense of exclusivity. And then last but not least here, your lead magnets, you want to promote other lead magnets. And it's actually very easy to do this. I don't have it in this, but I have one here. Right at the very top, this lead magnet speaks about how to attract your dream client. And then it says here, this guide will help you to attract a dream client and filter out nightmare clients who drain your energy. If you haven't identified a dream client yet, I recommend reading our other guide, How to Identify Your Dream Client. So this is how to attract your dream client, and this is how to identify your dream client. So that's one easy way that you can link to other lead magnets that you may have. All right. So lead magnet 1 should promote lead magnet 2, 2, 3, number 3, number 4, so on and so forth. And the cycle is going to continue. You know, one lead magnet could say, hey, here is the link to the other trainings that we have. And this could be done in every other lead magnet going on. Okay. And then last but not least, let's just look at the checklist here. So after you've done all of this, guys, you want to ask yourself some questions. Does your lead magnet provide a complete solution to a specific problem? Would you pay $50 for your lead magnet? Does your lead magnet have one idea per slide? Does it have one image or graphic per slide? Does it promote other lead magnets? Does it have affiliate links throughout? Does it promote your live workshops, your webinar, or your digital products? And this is not one of those checklists where it is bad, average, good, or great. Your lead magnet needs to have all of these, or it is not going to be as effective as it could be. Because remember, as people are downloading and cycling through your lead magnet, if you even miss one of these, you're going to be missing out on a significant portion of revenue. And that is all I got for you guys today. So in summary, what we really want to focus on is creating a lead magnet so that we can provide free value in the form of a checklist, video tutorial, masterclass level document, a presentation just like this, so that you can help your clients with one specific problem. How do you generate those problems? Those problems comes from all the steps that are in your service, and you want to help your client come up with a complete solution to one of those steps, which naturally leads them to the next step, which they download another lead magnet and solve it. And you want your clients to download as many lead magnets as possible so that they can keep going down into your cycle and get into your funnel and ultimately become a paying client of yours. And if you follow all of these steps, lead generation will be a thing of the past, and you will have all the clients that you dream of for your photography business. I hope that this video helps, guys. If you found this video helpful, leave a comment and let me know which part helped you the most. And until then, my name is Jordi, the $1 Million Photographer, and I will see you on the next video.